The Undertaker has a special connection with the urn. In fact, he started to become more famous only after the creation of a storyline with a horror-themed, involving scare tactics, supernatural in the urn. In Undertaker's 30 years of wrestling career, this gimmick is the best and the most memorable of all. This was also one of the reasons for the success of the Attitude Era. Now let's see 9 secrets you won't believe about the Undertaker and his urn. The urn has a bond with the Undertaker, the dead man. With the urn, anyone can summon the Undertaker to fight in the ring. Yes, you heard it right, the urn is so powerful that can make the Undertaker to be physically present in the WWE ring. Yes, this has happened before when Paul Bearer summoned the Undertaker through the urn and he magically appeared in the WWE ring and surprised Kane. Even one such event happened in WrestleMania 2, where Bray Wyatt summoned the dead man to fight with him in the ring. The urn gives spiritual power to the Undertaker whenever Paul Bearer lifts the urn. It gives an insane energy booster and makes the Undertaker more powerful in the ring and makes him unbeatable. Yes, this has happened in the WWE ring when the Undertaker crushed each and every member in the $1 Million Corporation. With his insane spirit,
needed an advantage. So Kama stole the urn at WrestleMania 11.
And Kama stole the urn from the Paul Bearer to save the corporation. The urn can make the Undertaker disguise and even disappear from the ring. Yes, this has happened in the WWE ring and surprised the fans and Vince McMahon too. The Undertaker disguises himself as Kane and fights with Triple H. No one can believe it is Undertaker until he removes his mask and reveals his identity. It was a shocking surprise to fans and to Vince McMahon too. Even before the shock fades from Vince McMahon's face, another shocking thing happened in the WWE ring, that the Undertaker suddenly disappeared from the ring too. Those who disrespect the urn will face the fury of the Undertaker. CM Punk cunningly stole the urn during the tribute to Paul Bearer. On March 25, 2013, CM Punk, along with Paul Heyman, disrespected the urn by putting down the urn. And later on April 1, 2013, throwing the ashes away. The owner of the urn, the dead man, appeared magically in the WWE ring, and CM Punk felt the fury of the Undertaker. No one can escape the fury of the dead man if anyone tries to disrespect the urn. The curse follows whoever steals the urn. The curse continues till it hunts the people down. The hunter is none other than the Undertaker himself. When Kama stole the urn during the Undertaker fight with the $1 Million Corporation and made it into a golden chain, the curse continued till he was put into the casket by the Undertaker. Even when CM Punk and Paul Heyman ran away with the urn again, the Undertaker fought with CM Punk vigorously at WrestleMania 29 and took back the urn and showed respect to Paul Bearer by dedicating his victory to him. As you all know, there is a mystical power present inside the urn which can control the Undertaker to follow the command said by the holder of the urn.
Undertaker and Paul Bearer, he draws power from that urn.
We have seen many times that the Paul Bearer used to hold up the urn and the Undertaker listened to the command said by him.
You're here tonight at SummerSlam. Give him the urn.
Even when Paul Heyman held the urn and commanded the Undertaker to join his force, all the fans thought it is impossible that the Undertaker will never do it. But to everyone's surprise, he went down on his knees and accepted to join the forces with Paul Heyman. There is also a strong connection between the urn, the Undertaker, and the Paul Bearer. By the way, do you know who Paul Bearer is? William Alvin Bill Moody, popularly known as Paul Bearer, is a licensed funeral director. He obtained a degree in mortuary science and earned certification as an embalmer and mortician. His real-life involvement in the funeral industry made him create the character of Paul Bearer, ghostly manager who is always seen bearing an urn. His knowledge in the mortuary makes the concept possible for the Undertaker to rise from the dead. Without Paul Bearer, the supernatural, horror-themed gimmick of Undertaker in the urn is impossible. Hence we see the Undertaker, the urn, and pallbearer are interlinked. No matter where he is and in what situation he is from, he will always be there to protect the urn and find a solution to get back his urn if someone steals it. The Undertaker will do whatever it takes to get back the urn only after teaching the person a lesson. We have seen the number of times who stole the urn like Mike Foley, CM Punk, Paul Heyman and Bray Wyatt had faced a fury of the Undertaker. In future they won't dare to touch it again. We have seen green smoke emerging from the urn, indicating there are mystical powers present inside the urn. As you can see earlier, the urn makes the Undertaker stronger, unbeatable in the ring, and can summon the dead man for a match. It also makes him properly disguise and disappear in the ring too. The spiritual energy inside the urn is so powerful, and the Undertaker knows the real value of it. It is amazing when we hear about the special things between the urn and the Undertaker, right?